George, you ready? All right, thank you. Okay, can everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the Republic for Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Monday, April 7th Town of Monroe meeting. I'd like to make a motion to open up the evening's meeting.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, aye.
Okay. We did have some technical difficulties at the last meeting. We do have minutes from the executive session that Val recorded paper-wise, but the recording somehow did not record for it was executive session. So just wanted to make everyone aware of that. Tomorrow, April 8th, Orange County DMV will be at Town Hall from 10 to 3:30, and they will be here doing any license registration transactions, including real and enhanced. And just to make it clear for everyone out there that's watching our meeting, the deadline, which is May 8th, is only a deadline for you to travel. It's not with an enhanced license. It's not a deadline for the enhanced licenses to be issued. And I think there's a lot of, fear and craziness going on, and that's why the lines are so long, not only in Goshen, but here when the mobile DMV is here.
And it's the real ID that you need if you want to travel on even a domestic flight, which if you have a passport, you can travel with a passport.
Right, you're good.
So,
Okay. MGO Connect. Okay, so as of today, it was launched. It's a government online customer portal, and beginning this week, residents, contractors, and other users will be able to submit their new applications and manage existing projects online at www.mgoconnect.org. Current users can continue to use their existing email addresses and passwords, while new users can sign up for an account. Search MGO Connect to download the mobile app.
Supervisor, if I could just add to that this flyer that's on the screen has also been added to the building department page on the website.
Thank you.
One other question. Is there any charge to the residents who might want to download this app?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Councilman Scancarello, you want to talk about the Monroe Woodbury High School Job Fair?
Okay, Job Fair is this Thursday at Monroe Woodbury High School from 5 to 8 p.m. I'd like to give a shout out to Stacy McCleary and Liam Gaffney for their tremendous help in making this a success in the past. We have probably close to 50 businesses. We've added Legoland today. So come on out if you want to get your youth a employment opportunity. Thursday night will be the time to do it.
All right, great. Okay, 2025 Monroe Clean Sweep is in motion. Once again, it's here at Town Hall, 1465 Orange Turnpike on April 26th, beginning at 8 a.m. And we'll have electronic recycling, shredding, tire recycling, and textile recycling will be available on site to the Town of Monroe residents. I want to thank our clerk, Val Bitzer, along with Jenny Carrillo and Angelina Olson over at the Highway Department for their efforts in helping getting this going. Without them, we'd be, I don't know where we'd be. So, and then additionally, item 3.6 is the Arbor Day celebration. There'll be that's on Saturday, April 26th, beginning at 1 p.m. Troop 440 will be assisting, planting a few trees, and we'll also be giving out 100 saplings. I was remiss, I think I said either 500 or 1,000 saplings at one of the meetings. So it's only 100, and it's on a first-come, first-served basis. It's at Monbassia Park, and hopefully the weather's great and everybody can join us. Councilwoman Houle, you want to talk about the library
Sure.
and the repair?
And the Repair Cafe. So Monroe Free Library is hosting their open house this weekend, Saturday, April 12th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., right there on Mill Pond Parkway. You'll be able to come in for some crafts, find out what your library does. There'll be a scavenger hunt, some refreshments. There'll also be some raffles. So head on down to the library and see what they have going on. They've been working really hard to make sure that your tax dollars are providing you the program that you need.
Thanks to Amanda down there.
Thanks to Amanda Premiano. She's been doing a great job at the library. We're very proud of it. The Conservation Commission is putting together its first Repair Cafe. We're very excited about this. But before we can have a successful Repair Cafe, we need volunteers. So we're looking for your average tinkerer and repair man and handyman or woman. We're looking for people who can sew, who can do electrical repairs, who can do knife sharpening, people who can do wood repairs, jewelry cleaning and fixing, possibly bike repairs. So if there is a neat little skill that you have that you'd like to bring to us, we'd love for you to reach out to us. You can respond as a volunteer by emailing Monroe NY repaircafe@gmail.com, or you can text at 862-377-4493. I'd like to thank Dennis Fordham for all of his work that he did to put together this Repair Cafe. He's done a significant amount of research to this, as well as Mikkel Finson, who worked really hard on putting together this ad.
Okay, thank you.
I think Chester had one this past weekend.
So Chester has a
Had their
pretty
first.
successful Repair
Yeah, it looked
Cafe,
good.
as does Woodbury and Warwick.
Good. Awesome.
Yep.
Great job, Dennis.
This is in conjunction with the Hudson Valley Repair Cafe. So there's, repair cafes they'll not conflict with each other. So they space them out, they schedule them so that, they can each be independent but functional.
Thanks again, Dennis. Okay, item 4.1 is the acceptance of the March 24th, 2025 minutes. I'll make a motion to accept them.
Bingham will second.
Any changes, corrections, alterations? Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Oh, aye.
Richardson.
Okay. 5.1, be it resolved, I'll make this motion that the Town Board of Town of Monroe requests approval of abstract 25-7, general fund containing checks 36590 through 36642 for $419,399.77. Let me just repeat that. $419,399.77.
Will second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Oh, aye.
Richardson, aye.
So moved. Escrow fund abstract. I'll make a motion, be it resolved, Town Board of Town of Monroe requests approval of abstract 25-05 from the escrow fund containing checks 2202 through 2207 totaling $2,395.95.
Bingham will second.
Call the question.
Aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Oh, aye.
Richardson, aye.
Okay. I'd like to make a resolution authorizing the end of the 3-month probation period for Krista McDermott, heavy equipment operator, Highway Department, effective tonight, April 7th, 2025.
I'll second.
I got that one.
Who got it?
Sal.
Sal beat you? All right. Any questions, discussion? Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Hold on. Did you want to talk, Pat?
He's been a great employee. He's also been training a little bit on the water end of it. Hopefully, he will be another one of our HEO1s. We'll get Lucas trained, finished up getting trained, and then get Chris on there so John has a backup to back up.
Thank you. Okay, item 6.2.
Call the question.
Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Pool eye.
Sorry about that. Item 6.2, Jonathan Zubak, seasonal laborer. I'll make a motion approving Jonathan Zubak for the position of seasonal laborer at an hourly rate of $20 and employment period from May 19th through August 15th, 2025. Jonathan has already been pre-approved for employment by Orange County Department of Human Resources.
Hingham will second.
Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Pool eye.
Item 6.3, Brenda Woodward, part-time bus driver. I'll make a motion approving Brenda Woodward for the position of part-time bus driver at Dial-A-Ride at an hourly rate of $22.47 and the start date of April 14th. Brenda has been pre-approved for employment by the Orange County Department of Human Resources.
Pool second.
Call the question.
Aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Pool eye.
Item 6.4, Max Dow. I'll make a motion approving Max Dow for the position of part-time building inspector 3 at an hourly rate of $28 and anticipated start date of April 15th, 2025. Max has also been pre-approved for this position by Orange County Department of Human Resources.
Hingham will second.
Call the question.
Aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Pool eye.
You didn't call if anyone had discussion, and I was going to ask if just this was put out because I received a complaint personally from, I just won't say it here, but I can identify a couple people. Jobs and they notified. I am talking. So, I just was wondering that we're advertising these on, that we can let people know to check that, and that we can answer those individuals that this was properly posted.
Okay. I'm going to skip 6.5 and go to 6.6.
Okay, you didn't.
Anita, are you
question,
voting?
and-
Or,
Yeah, he didn't answer.
well,
I,
that's up to you, but we
that's
also,
why, yeah, you don't get to
we-
not answer the question and then skip the vote,
we-
so.
We call the question, so.
Yeah, but
I'm not
the
gonna
chair
answer.
has to call for if anyone has discussion, so it's pretty minor procedural issue and pretty
Like you
easy
said,
to respond. Now you've
it's-
wasted
it's
more
minor.
time.
it's minor.
You've wasted more time on petty arguments, which is pretty standard. So I'm going to approve this. I'm going to say yes, but I would like the information to get back to those people who had reached out.
Email us the information that we have to send to them.
I think you can just verbally answer my question, and then I will get back to them via the emails that they sent me.
Okay. Item 6.6 is the 2025 through 2030 bus operator.
6.5, Supervisor?
No, I said
Oh,
I
okay,
skipped.
okay,
No, that's
okay.
right. I said I skipped
Sorry.
it. That's all right.
Can we go back to 6.5? Or are we going to skip it for executive
We're going to skip it
session?
for executive, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So, is the bus operator service
Yes.
contract.
So we have the bus operator service contract, and that contract, let me just open that up. That contract is going to run from 2025 through 2020, specifically April
2030.
2030, yes, I'm sorry, we'd be going back in time. April 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2030. It's the bus operator service contract with Orange County. So I make a motion authorizing the supervisor to sign that contract.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Am I?
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Pool eye.
Richardson, aye.
Okay. 6.7 is the Orange County Bikeway Vision Plan. The resolution is basically a blanket resolution for Orange County. Bert Thielander spoke at, he speaks at the Transportation Council meetings, and at one of the meetings, he asked if he could speak before the Association of Towns. We allowed him, and the Association of Towns approved sending out this resolution to assist him in putting forth promotion and approving the bike trail through Orange County. Now, therefore, it is hereby resolved that the town of Monroe expresses their unanimous and complete support for the implementation of the bikeway vision described here and above, and it is further resolved that a copy of this resolution shall be forwarded to the county so that the support of the town of Monroe for the establishment of the bikeway may be known to all interested parties. The question of the adoption of the foregoing resolution was duly put to a vote on roll call, which resulted as follows. I'll
Who will
make that
second?
motion.
Who will second?
Any questions?
Discussion. Sorry, I just think that if we're going to be bikeway vision, that there, as I previously Strive for 25, and there was, I can't remember if it was a motorcyclist, I believe it was just a regular biker, was hit in traffic and started this entire movement to lower speed limits town-wide. And I had spoken about safety and speed limits, making this, a town that is both pedestrian and bike friendly, as well as the danger with school buses previously. I can only imagine a school bus versus a bicycle in this case. So in order to really be supporting this resolution and the spirit of it, I would like to re-examine the Strive for 25 and the official motion that I had brought up, that I have the resolution that we just have to make amendments specifically for our town to encourage this kind of pedestrian and biking throughout town and do it so in a safe manner. So I'm in support of this, and I'm done.
This is a bit more than.
Yeah,
than
it's a totally different topic.
This is bike paths.
I know.
Right.
Bike paths past the street, it's, the whole spirit of the motion was, if you're finished with your comment, my whole point is that the spirit of this motion is to make bikeways and, mobility and everything like that they're talking about, different alternative ways of transportation and recreation. And if we're gonna do that, we should look at a town-wide safety, and bicyclists, they don't just get out and only go on the bike path and that's it. It doesn't occur in a vacuum, is my point. It's for the spirit of this, we should take a look at the other resolution. That's my point.
Okay, call the question?
Hingham, aye.
Gancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Full aye.
Richardson, aye.
Okay. Item 6.8 is the return of escrow. It's a refund. The ZBA has completed the project for Brainan Russell, and all expenses have been paid. So I'm going to make a motion authorizing the return of the balance of his escrow in the amount of $1,195.74.
Hingham will second.
Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Gancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Full aye.
Richardson, aye.
Okay. Item 6.9 is the June 2025 New York Algro Town Clerk Conference. Madam Clerk?
Yes, so I am looking for, hang on. Just looking for approval for me to attend this conference, the June 2025 Niagara Conference in Callicoon, New York, June 1st through the 4th. I will only be staying through the 3rd. Hotel cost is $624.50 for the 2 nights, which includes meals, and conference registration is $30.
Okay, so if we made a motion to, because you're going to have travel expenses too, right? You're going to have mileage. So if we make a motion to make it $750, I'll make a motion of $750 to allocate to Val Bitzer's attendance at the NY Algro Conference in Callicoon.
Second.
Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Full aye.
Richardson, aye.
Okay, so moved. Old business, item 7.1. We have a resolution tonight, hopefully adopting a local law to amend Chapter 57 zoning concerning the regulations governing tree preservation. The public hearing was closed, and it was open to comments. I think we only received one comment, Madam Clerk?
Correct.
Okay. I know Council Brian Nugent did receive those comments. Two of them had to do with typos, I believe.
That's correct.
Right. And then the other comment, is there an issue incorporating that into it through your review?
Well, no, there was reference, the rest of the comments, you're referring to from the Conservation Commission?
Yes.
Yeah, the other comments concern the attachments to the law, being included, and a suggestion that the flow chart produced by the planner be placed on the town website. So those are just a matter of attachments that will go with the local law.
Okay.
But the only typos, were just amendments in the actual law itself, and then the rest were relating to the attachments and the form, the notice form.
Okay.
Not with so much with the substance of the law, though.
Right, right.
All right. So it's okay to approve it this evening?
Yeah, you can
With-
adopt the law and then, ask the planner to work with, if necessary, the Conservation Commission to compile the attachments that would be, usually they're attached at the end of your code.
Right.
Not within the law itself.
Okay.
And then as far as the form, the flow chart, that's up to the town board if you wish to post that on the website.
Okay.
The flow chart was very helpful. And we will have to update the fee schedule for the
Yes.
town
Yep.
to reflect the fee for the trees.
Yes.
Yes. Did you want to come up?
Yeah,
Dennis?
come on up. Turn that mic on, Dennis, when you get up here.
Oh, yes?
Yep.
Yeah, Dennis Ford and Conservation Commission. No, my only comment, yes, thank you very much for looking at those comments. The fee is not specifically mentioned in the tree law. That's, as you say, a separate document, but at some point you have to decide what that's going to be. Up to now, as I'm sure you're aware, it was suggested that it should be $1,200. I have no particular opinion on that, other than to think maybe it's a bit on the high side, but it's your decision.
Okay.
And it is, yeah. Okay?
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Dennis.
Okay, so I'm going to make a motion that we adopt local law number 1 of 2025 to amend Chapter 57 zoning concerning the regulations governing tree preservation.
Second for discussion.
Go ahead.
Okay, not only the amount for the trees, but if an applicant has to go before the planning board also will need some kind of new fee schedule for that applicant to appear before them if they needed some tree plants. I think that relates to 5784A. And also then the building inspector will also need to have some kind of fee included because people are going to appear before him as well. So I don't know if it's going to be a minor fee or not, but that's something, again, the town board will need to discuss.
Would like to work on that, Councilwoman Bingham?
Sure, I can reach out to them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad that we made the tree cutting from November through March. Originally, the county had said it was going to be October through March 31st. So I think our law makes it a little less of a time frame where people can cut down trees, and that's going to help ensure the Indiana and the northern long-eared bat. I was still, sometimes no law is perfect, so I wish I had caught this earlier, but an applicant seeking approval of a single-family detached or a two-family detached dwelling may request a tree plan by the planning board pursuant to section 5785 for purposes of requesting removal of more than 10 trees or a greater number of trees without mitigation. And that without mitigation is kind of what I wish I had caught earlier. So maybe in the future, that's something we can look into, because I do remember on social media about a year ago, there were people complaining that a new house was going up and these trees were being taken down. So I'm sorry I didn't catch that sooner. The last thing would be a minimum 2-year warranty is required for the tree plantings. That's on page 12 of my printout. I wish I also had caught that. I think 5 years would have been more suitable, because with the changes in weather now, sometimes we have really wet periods that are not good for some tree species, and then we go through some rather dry periods. So after 5 years, I think the tree would have been established. So I'm sorry I didn't catch those things earlier.
All right, thank you.
I have comments also. Anybody else?
No, I'm just glad to finally have it before us to approve.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember talking to Dennis, the chairman of the Conservation Commission, both as a private citizen, or rather an activist with Preserve Monroe, and also as a new board member coming in, and I was really proud to be the top commenter on the tree law. What I'm not really proud of is the way that the tree law over the past 2 years has opened and closed, and been kept out of the hands of, myself, now that I am a board member, because that is the way that the town actually just conducts business now, is just behind closed doors. They decide that they can bully and exclude members of an elected body, and decide that they create ridiculous policies that basically remove rights innate to my position that the public imbued when they voted for me.
Do you have anything to talk about regarding the tree
You're now
code?
talking on top of me.
Do you
during
have
my
anything
time.
to
You're
speak
performing
about
an illegal action,
regarding
and I'm
the tree
quite
code?
literally in the middle of discussing
I'm asking you one question.
I am quite literally in the middle of discussing the tree code.
No, you're not.
you're
You're
not.
not.
You haven't
no.
mentioned the tree code once.
You are out of order. I have mentioned the tree code multiple times.
Yeah, but you're talking politics now.
Stop talking.
You're talking politics,
No, I'm actually talking
Councilwoman.
government and the illegal abuse of what you're doing right now, which the Attorney General's office is actually advising me on. The fact that you can't interrupt my right to speak at a town board meeting, the way that you are not supposed to remove my access to the Conservation Commission as an advisory body,
Never
the way that
removed
you
it.
cannot tell me not to work on the tree code and ignore my contributions, nor can you impugn my freedom of speech when I put on a tree contest. So I'm not proud of the tree.
How did that go? How did the
Excuse
tree
me.
contest go?
Well, actually, I used how many hundreds of dollars of my own money and got many submissions, which I have to privately submit to the Conservation Commission, because I don't want to post people's addresses. to
So
the
I'd
public.
love to vote on this
Hi,
tree code
excuse me,
now.
I'm
Yeah,
still
let's vote.
talking. Nope,
Okay.
I'm still.
Mary, you okay
no.
voting on this?
This is a completely ridiculous
Can't
tree
you have,
code
like,
which impugns
2 more
the
minutes? What's her time
private
frame?
citizens'
can't-
rights
Talk about the tree code,
of
she could have 2
variation
minutes,
on their own property, while allowing developments pretty much free reign for subdivision. They give them green infrastructure credits that essentially only raises the amount that they owe by a couple $100,000. And then we had an absolute display of how shrubs don't equal, trees, how they're not, and nothing replaces a tree. We've had multiple people come down and saying green infrastructure is great, but it does not replace the function of a tree. But we're giving breaks to developers while making private homeowners go through onerous process of filing paperwork up to the amount of over 3 trees in a year. And if you go to the planning board, they have a huge amount of leeway in deciding essentially what larger developments and subdivisions are going to be charged. So if you build a house, it's, in my opinion, that the footprint, my understanding rather, the footprint is relatively free. You're not given much, resistance in building homes or subdividing, because those footprints are given away. But yet the people who live in their homes who want to
30 seconds.
You've interrupted me multiple times, and we've already have an accommodation on the board that I need more time when this happens, but you're still harassing me anyway. When they want to build additions, make pools, make add-ons, we're giving people with sheds, garages, all of that a hard time. We're having to inundate our building inspector, inundate the clerk, but there's no concern for that. What the concerns are is my access to the
consultants, my access to foils, that was inundating. But
It's not included in the law.
making dozens of people, probably a weak foil for this, submit tree
Time's up.
documents,
Call the
that's
question.
fine.
Okay.
So this is a ridiculous tree
Bingham,
law.
aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Pool, aye.
I have to vote for it because otherwise we won't have any tree protections on the books. So I will be voting yes, and hopefully we can fix what is wrong with this law.
Okay. Mary, do you want to make a motion to go into executive session regarding the Justice Court?
I have no public comment also.
Okay. Oh, I was going to come back out for that, but,
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Make a motion, we go into executive session for Justice Court personnel.
I'll second. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Pool, aye.
I missed the motion entirely. I couldn't even hear you.
Oh, can we also invite Judge Schwartz into?
Ready? Well, I'll get the meeting opened, and then hopefully she'll be back by then. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to return to the regular scheduled town board meeting from executive session.
Bingham will second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye?
Pool, aye.
Okay. So, after some discussion regarding court personnel, we have decided to make adjustments to the salaries of 2 of our court people, and I will let Councilwoman Bingham read the motion.
Motion is to increase Nicolette Wexler to $25 an hour effective 4/6/25, and on January 1st, 2026, to increase her salary to $28 an hour. Also, we're going to increase the salary for Terry Capola to $35 an hour.
2 motions, that's two motions, yeah.
Okay, so the first motion is just for Nicolette Wexler to $25 an hour effective 4/6/25, and then to increase again to $28 on January 1st, 2026.
Call the question.
Pool will second.
You second?
No, you second, I call discussion. You can't call the question randomly without either of those things.
All right, go ahead, discuss it.
I am discussing it. Can you please stop trying to silence and talk over me while I do so? I disagree with this bizarre staged raise. The negotiations I just witnessed are incredible. I mean, we had a method of, saving $45,000 and compensating our, essentially critically overworked and underpaid clerk staff for the town court. I wouldn't even say fairly. And we can't even do that because, Supervisor Cardone acts like he doesn't trust women and he has to scold them as he's done all night tonight. Started this motion before I could even go back to the bathroom, get back from the bathroom. So I just completely disagree with this. I believe that the majority of the town here is basically run by underpaid, silent labor of women from what I've witnessed. And I would really like to just pay this woman for what she's worth more, honestly. Her work is worth more. And I wish we could have just agreed to the clearly cost-saving way that the town court had laid out this proposal as it benefited everybody. And it was amazing that those clerks agreed to it. So I just disagree with it.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Pool, aye.
Richardson, aye, because I want them to be paid.
I'll make a second motion to increase the salary of Terry Capola to $35 an hour effective this pay period, 4/6/2025.
I'll second. Councilman Scancarello. Call the question.
Bingham, aye?
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, aye.
So moved. Any other business?
No public comment.
No public comment? What's that, George? Nothing, excuse me. Okay, all right. So if that said, I'll make a motion that we adjourn at 8:27.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye?
Scancarello, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, aye.